recently I have asked several of you to send me a list of your strongest disciples. Look at all the gray. Oh, and so I'm just amazed at what Jesus is doing. I am just absolutely amazed. And so I don't think I have room on this map to cut all the names off individually, so I'm going to keep, I'm just going to start putting lists up here, I think. And this is the last report that I received from Laban in Uganda. I guess I'm just going to put it like right here. And so now I'm going to cut out a report I just received from Okia John, who is listing, and when I asked him for his strongest disciples, he listed 45 in Uganda. So we're going to cut these out. Oh, I don't want to cut John's name off. There we go. Put all this together. And I just want you, this, if all these folks are going through the daily studies, and I certainly hope that as you receive these daily studies, you're being a pipeline. In other words, it's going through you to as many people as possible, because that's the way Jesus wants it to go. Then it's just amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to start John right here with beside Laban. And so, my goodness. Okay. And this is from Rashid Calvance in Kenya, who basically babysat me in January and February and kept me out of trouble and got me where I needed to go. And I've asked him for an update on this list, but this is the last one he sent me. And this is like March, okay? And I know Rashid has been working in the colleges with a lot of young people who have access to computers, and they're able to reach far beyond the borders of Kenya. Let's put this list together. We'll just keep going right over here. And then Nathayo Tuki sent me a list of his strongest disciples the past couple of days. So that's amazing. Next, John Uma in Kenya sent me a list of 34 of his strongest disciples. John just finished one or two huge meetings of disciple making training. Looked like there were around 100 people in the room. He is working on a plan for us to be able to reach every last person in Kenya with the gospel. And as it stands right now, we're going to be in northern Kenya, part of January. Please be in prayer for that everyone would be reached, and that those that God calls to Jesus would be willing and have ears to hear and act on that, so we can begin to disciple them. I got to straighten this out a little bit here. I didn't do so well. And so if you have disciples and you haven't sent me, I want the reason I want the names of your disciples is because I put them on my prayer list. The most important thing we can do, I believe, certainly one of the most important things we can do is lift them up before the Lord. And here is a list from Francis John Mendy in the Gambia. And I'm going to go ahead and post this list, but it's occurring to me right now that I need to double check my last correspondence with Francis John, because this list may be bigger than maybe more than what it was previously. And here's Pastor Beatrice. And you know what? Pastor Beatrice is pastor of the church in the village I'm moving to. That actually Allie and I are moving to. And so we've got about, as we see it, we have about a year and a half left in America. So, now look, let's get this camera out of this holder and see if we can look at that. Okay, now that's what multiplication looks like. Okay, that is what multiplication looks like. So, see, honestly, at this time, I believe that primarily I work with Alejandra, Rick Oliput, Philip Frederick, Rashid Calvents, Francis John Mendy, Laban Siswanyana, John Uma, Nathayo Tuki, and I've got to get pictures of Nathayo up, and also John Okia. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's nine people that I'm really trying to, put concentrated effort into, and that's the way this really works. Okay, you're God Himself, Jesus on earth, was able to minister. He really concentrated on 12 men. So that's the way disciple making works. You can't have 10,000 disciples, okay, directly that you're putting concentrated effort into. You put your concentrated effort into a few, and you teach them to be pipelines that that effort goes through to others, and they do the same, and they do the same. And that's the way Jesus really meant for us to do this. So I hope that you're really, really into the studies that we're going through right now, the Master Plan of Evangelism by Robert Coleman, because he lays that out and explains that and explains Jesus' strategy better than anyone, or as well as anyone I've ever seen. It's an amazing book, and the thing that's really amazing about it is I'm 59 years old. That book was written when I was 2 years old. Okay, so this is not some new plan. Okay, this is a life of following Jesus and doing everything that Jesus tells you to do to help others do the same. And if we do it the way Jesus did it, He will honor that, and He will reach every person on this planet, and through us, and anybody else that's willing. And then we will see His return. At some point following that, we will see His return, and every problem we have will no longer be a problem. God bless you. I love you, and Allie and I are praying for you.